Jim with Bright Sports Therapy. Just a video today to talk about potential issues with rotator cuff rehabilitation. The exercise that's given the most is the TheraBand exercise, where you're kind of rotating with a TheraBand like so, to strengthen the rotator cuff. And obviously that will strengthen the rotator cuff, two of the rotator cuff muscles. Another one of the rotator cuff muscles will go inwards, depending on which one you've got problems with. And again, we see a lot of people with multiple issues across multiple rotator cuff muscles as well. Problem with the classic exercise that's given out is, firstly, a lot of people don't do it, and therefore it's not going to have any impact. And then sometimes we find people, it just makes things worse. That could be because the condition is too sensitized, and we'll talk about possible reasons for that in a moment. Or sometimes we find people who are just too eager to kind of fix themselves and just do too many. Majority of rotator cuff issues are an overuse condition, and so if you're using a muscle that's already overused more, then you're going to make it worse. Just want to talk a little bit about the differentiation with rotator cuff muscles. If you feel something go kind of twang, snap or pop, as we like to call it, then that is what we call an acute condition. That should settle down, repair within six or so weeks. The majority of rotator cuff issues come about for no obvious reason, and that's where you need to consider the kind of the wider picture. You know, why has that rotator cuff muscle started hurting? Sometimes it's the scapular stabilizer, the muscles next to the shoulder blade, and then in our holistic view, we kind of look at further afield, down to the pelvis, up to the neck, as to why those muscles of scapular stabilization and the rotator cuff themselves, why they're actually overworking. So we'd recommend to take a wider look at what's going on with the rotator cuff. Also, it can be a very, very sensitive area in the body. Lots of nerves in the area as well. And this is another reason why the favourite kind of TheraBand exercise can aggravate symptoms as well. If it's just too sensitive to be able to do that at an appropriate level for any person, then that can cause issues as well. And that's all to do with the overall sensitization, as I mentioned previously. And so a lot of calming, a lot of relaxation, breathing, we would recommend for most conditions, particularly the more sensitive ones. And looking after yourself and try and work out how you can just make life a little bit less stressful. Obviously, the injury in itself can make life stressful, and you can get caught in a kind of catch-22 situation. But we need to look at all avenues to really kind of calm down these rotator cuff issues, particularly if they are being particularly stubborn and difficult to get rid of. So that was what I wanted to talk about as a principle. We'll leave it there for this video. We'll do another video shortly in terms of specific rehabilitation ideas, things to try, where you can look to stretch other tissues that will take pressure off the sensitized areas and hopefully start to get you moving in the right direction. Hope you found that useful. Follow the link to the next video, and if you enjoyed this one, give us a subscribe. Thanks very much.